What's going on, everybody? Curtis Wilkerson with Inside Arkansas on the Pod at the Palace, coming to you here from a backyard at an Airbnb in Birmingham. That's right, we're here for SEC Basketball Media Day. That's tomorrow, so we're just kind of chilling today, getting ready to do a little Inside Arkansas live action. But the preseason AP Top 25 poll just dropped. Did Arkansas get disrespected? I don't know, man. Number 16 is where the Razorbacks debut in this thing. That's pretty high. That's pretty up there. I think they were higher than that maybe a couple times under Eric Musselman during his tenure. I thought that Arkansas was going to be in the top 15. They're 16, whatever. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter where you're ranked in the preseason. All that really matters is where you wind up in March. That is exactly what John Calipari thought about it when we asked him about it last night at the tip-off tour in Pine Bluff. Take a listen to this clip and see what he had to say.
I know it's preseason ranking, but what are your thoughts on that?
I've done this so long. I've had teams overrated. I've had them underrated. You know what you got to do? You can hype all you want. Eventually, you got to play the games. So whatever you think we are, I agree. You think we're awful, I agree. You think we're really good, I agree. Doesn't matter. What I will tell you is this team has only been together 5 months. Why do you think I put together a schedule of Kansas, at TCU, a hard Lipscomb game, Baylor, in Dallas? Why do you think I did that? See where we are. I have no idea. So we get dinged early and we're not ready, okay, then I got work to do. If we hold our own, we know, okay, now let's tighten this up and let's see the areas we got to get better at. You go on and you're playing Illinois, Michigan, Miami. I mean, that's all before like December 10th. Why would you do that? Because we need to see where we are. This is about March. How do we get prepared to play then? Our league is really hard. The only way you know if you're ready for the league is play non-conference where you're getting stuffed a little bit. You know, it's okay.
And there you have it. As you can tell, John Calipari ain't stressed about it. He wants to know where the Razorbacks are going to be in March, man. You think they stink now? Cool, you're right. You think they're great now? Cool, you're right. Nobody knows until the games play out. But here's what I do know. Arkansas has a tough schedule ahead. Let me pull up my computer here because the Razorbacks have a lot of teams who they're going to be playing that are in this AP poll. Let's talk about the SEC specifically, man, because there are 9 ranked teams from the SEC in the top 25. That doesn't surprise me. It's just a league that's absolutely loaded. So obviously Arkansas is at number 16, but you got number 2, Alabama, number 11, Auburn, number 12, Tennessee, number 13, Texas A&M, number 19, Texas, number 21, Florida, number 23, Kentucky, and number 24, Ole Miss. That is an absolute gauntlet. So a lot of really good games going for the Razorbacks in SEC play. As I kind of go through here and look a little bit more just into the receiving votes category, you're going to see more. Illinois is number 26. They're the first team out. Arkansas plays them on Thanksgiving Day, so they're going to be really good. Michigan, they're receiving votes, 19 of them to be exact. Arkansas plays them at Madison Square Garden. Continuing to go through it, Miami is receiving 11 votes in the preseason top 25. Arkansas has a true road game there in early December. Mississippi State is receiving votes. Folks, Little Rock is receiving votes. Shout out to Darrell Walker and KK Robinson in Little Rock. They're receiving 3 votes in the preseason top 25. It's absolutely insane to see. Arkansas is going to have a tough schedule, man. We knew that going into it. Looking at a lot of polls, I saw Arkansas ranked anywhere from I think about as high as 8 or 9, and some that had them, you know, around 20 to 21. So the math balances out, and that's where they're at. But exciting times, man. The one thing you can say about it is when you have high expectations in the preseason, that tells you one thing. You don't know how it's going to work out, especially with the transfer portal, the way rosters are rebuilt nowadays. You never know for sure if it's going to work. And a lot of teams who have had 5, 6+ transfers in recent years, it hasn't worked out for them particularly well. It didn't work out for Arkansas last year with Eric Musselman, but it tells you that you have a lot of talent on paper. You're respected going into the year. And I think that's about what we thought with the Razorbacks. We know that this is a really good roster. They've got 3 5-star freshmen coming in, a couple McDonald's All-Americans, the 3 transfers from Kentucky who have that SEC experience. Nellie Davis, who, by the way, was a third-team CBS Sports All-American. He was named to that today. Shout out to him. But the top transfer in the portal, Jonas Adu, an All-SEC guy who's coming over from Tennessee. He was a top 10 transfer in the portal. And then Trevin Brazil, obviously coming back, who's an experienced, proven player in the SEC. All the pieces are there. It's up to Calipari and the staff to put it all together. And that's what they're doing right now. Arkansas has to get healthy. That's the biggest thing for them right now, because if you watched them last night at the tip-off tour in Pine Bluff, you might have been a little bit underwhelmed at times and gone, man, boy, they don't seem very deep, whatever. Well, it's because Nellie Davis is walking around with a brace or a cast or something on his hand right now. He's going to miss a little bit of time. Don't think it's going to be anything crazy. Jonas Adu and Adu Thiero, they were both very limited in what they did. Some 5-on-0 stuff, some shooting, nothing live with those guys. But those are your three most important pieces, or three of your biggest pieces on this team. You got to have those guys healthy. I was told by somebody in there that if they were playing an actual game last night, Jonas Adu and Adu Thiero probably both play in that one. So that makes you feel good about it. But Cal said, hey, I am not rushing these guys. If they're not ready for Kansas, they're not going to play. If they are, they will play. But if I feel like they need more time, so I have them for the season, we're going to do that. He's playing the long game because you got to have your dudes in March. The plus side to it is, while you're losing some with continuity there, the on-floor chemistry, it's going to take a little bit of time to develop, especially with guys missing practices, but your freshmen are getting a lot of reps because of it. Carter Knox is a better player because he's getting all of these reps. Billy Richmond is a better player because he's getting all these reps. They have figured out that they like the dynamic between DJ Wagner and Boogie Flan playing together and sharing the backcourt, because they have to, because they don't have enough guys to split up the teams where they're going back and forth so much as the point guards on the red team and the white team or whatever. So I think that's a good thing, a positive development. Like Cal said, he's been preaching a lot of patience. Be patient with this team. What you see now, what you see in November is not what you're going to see in March. And I truly believe that. But we're going to find out real quick exactly where they're at, what they have to work on, because this Kansas exhibition is coming up really quick. And I didn't mention it because it wasn't on the regular season schedule, but they're going to be one of those top teams in that preseason top 25 as well that you're going to see there. It's interesting to see that I think the humans, the people who have a functioning brain, are a little bit higher on Arkansas than the computers are. So like if you look at Torvik, we've referenced that a lot. They have Arkansas, I think, at number 35 or 36 in their preseason rankings and their projections. I've complained about that quite a bit. That's okay. And then KenPom released theirs yesterday, and Arkansas is in the top 25, but they're at number 25, so a little bit lower. Why is that the case? It's because those things bake in. They have to bake in a lot of things from last season into their bias to get some accurate depictions there. Continuity plays a little bit higher. And if you look at Arkansas, even though you have DJ Wagner, Big Z, Adu Thiero, who are all there with Cal, so there is some continuity there, it's not at Arkansas. So these things look at Arkansas and value it as an entirely brand new team. It's hard to quantify and put a number and a prediction in a computer as to what these freshmen are going to bring, what they're going to contribute. So I think it's natural that they're a little bit lower, but I do think they were projected to have a top 40 offense and defense, so it sounds like a good balanced team. And I think Arkansas could be really good defensively once they're healthy, and they certainly have some firepower on the offense. So cool stuff. Do I think they got disrespected? Nah, not really. I thought they'd be a little bit higher. I'm really anxious to see where Arkansas is going to rank at SEC Media Day tomorrow in the SEC order of finish. I think that they'll be in the top 4, but if you look at the AP poll, who did I rattle off? Alabama was ahead of them, Auburn was ahead of them, Tennessee, Texas A&M. I think Arkansas was the 5th in the AP poll, so that means they're going to be 5th in the SEC. It usually lines up pretty close, give or take a spot or two, but we'll find out about that and see which Razorbacks got all SEC. So just want to hop on real quick and talk about that, a little quick reaction. Make sure you tap into what we got going on. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, tons of coverage, highlights, reactions, John Calipari, all this stuff from the tip-off tour. And we're here at SEC Media Day in Birmingham. And don't worry, we're going to talk a lot of football too. Stay tapped in with us. Check out the website, InsideArkansas.com. Appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you soon. It's been Curtis Wilkerson with the Pod at the Palace.